Welcome to another edition of Check This Out. Hey, there's a storm coming. There is. Not a hurricane, not a tornado. Might be one of those. It's just a storm, a trial, a difficult time, a scary time, inevitable. You're going to face it. I'm going to face it. But let me ask you this. Who do you want to be with if you're out on the ocean and a storm hits? Do you want to be with the sailor that says, I don't know what to do, I've never been in a storm? Or would you rather be with somebody out in a storm, a sailor that says, you can be confident, it's going to be okay. I've seen many storms in my life. This is just another storm. It's going to be okay. I got you. I got this. Don't worry about it. Of course, we want to be with somebody that has gone through storms. See, storms can define you. Storms of life, they reveal the reality of your faith. The storms of life is what gives you the flavor of life. You're not going to avoid a storm. Jesus said in the book of Matthew chapter 7, blessed are those that hear my words and put them into practice, because they will be like a man that built his house upon a rock. That the storm came, the rivers raised, the rain came down, the winds beat against that house, but it did not fall. Why? Because it was built upon something solid, the word. He said, but foolish is the one that builds his house upon sand. He will be like a foolish man, that when the storm comes, the winds blow and the rivers rise and the rain comes down and beats against that house, it'll fall, and it'll fall with a great crash. So the question is not, why am I facing storms? Storms are inevitable. They come to everybody. Nobody is spared. So the point in Matthew chapter 7 is not so much the storm, but the structure. It's what survived the storm. The one building survived the storm because it was built on solid ground. The other structure crashed and crumbled because it was founded upon sand, the things of this world. People are not going to remember us for things that we avoided. No. People will remember you for those things that you survived. It's what gives you the name. It's what gives you the reputation. It's what gives you the credibility to minister to the lives of others. The storms that you have faced in your life have come to bring you back to God. Storms reduce you. Storms remove the frilly stuff of life. Storms reveal the reality of the claim that I make when I say, I trust the Lord. The storm comes and says, okay, let's see. Let's find out how real that is. What is it that David is remembered for? His storm called Goliath. David is remembered for a storm. Joshua. What is Joshua remembered for? The walls of Jericho. An impossible situation. Something that was just too great for him to conquer, and yet God brought him through. What is Daniel remembered for? When I say Daniel and what do you think of? The lion's den, of course. It was his storm. It's what you are remembered for, the things that you survived, the things that you waited upon God to bring you through. Not the things you avoided. Oh, nobody wants a storm. I'm not saying that a storm is something that we desire. But a storm is something that has come to build character. According to James chapter 1, It will make you mature, complete, and not lacking anything. Moses, what is Moses remembered for? Moses is finding himself between a rock and a hard spot, as the saying goes. He's got the Egyptian army coming up behind him. And it seems like the Lord has led him into a cul-de-sac, into a trap. The Red Sea in front of him. The Egyptian army behind him, the two mountain ranges on both sides. But what is it that Moses is remembered for? If I say Moses and the what? Red Sea. It's what identified him. Again, folks, I'm not saying that we should be desiring storms. No, I can't think of too many of us that want trials in our life, but they're going to come. No use trying to avoid them. No use trying to hide from them. And so today, what is your storm? It could be family, it could be finances, it could be your future, it could be your career, it could be your health, it could be a prodigal child that seems like they'll never come home. Many of us have faced those storms. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, the author says this: "Consider Jesus, who endured such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart." As you go about your day today, remember Jesus. And remember that your life, you will make an impact. It will. May the impact, may the legacy that we leave be a legacy that says they survived so many storms and they kept their faith. It's amazing how they went through so many different trials in their life, and yet, oh my goodness, they kept walking with Jesus. The storm's coming. If I am going to face a storm, for me, I want to be out on the ocean with an experienced sailor. Somebody that I can trust when they speak. Somebody that has faced storms and has survived. I pray that today you would be that person. I pray that today I would be that person. Remember Joshua, you need to decide what you're going to do. And he said, but as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. So today, I'm not praying, although it is kind of cloudy, it might rain. Maybe it's already raining in a different way in your life. If so, trust in the Lord. He's not promised to keep us from storms. He's not promised to keep us away from pain or difficulty, but he has promised to walk with us through it. My God is not just in me. He's not just with me, but he is for me, as he is for you. So enjoy today. It's all we have. All we have is today. Not guaranteed tomorrow, so enjoy today. If you're already in a storm, but what's the old saying? There's three people. There's the person that is yet to get hit by a storm. There's one that's in a storm. And there's one that's coming out of a storm. So it's for all of us. But today, may you be blessed as you love, worship, and trust your God.